movies that I'm looking forward to came out with trailers this week. Am I excited for both of them? Yeah, I am. Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Regular Josh 1. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. Super Mario Bros. And Blue's Clues are both coming out with movies. One that comes out this year and another that is arguably way more exciting, but I'm still looking forward to both of them. Now, New York Comic Con is currently happening right now, and while only the Super Mario Bros. Movie released a trailer during that, and Blue's Clues released it earlier, we still have teasers and trailers for other projects being released from them as well, such as the new HBO Max series Velma, which I don't even want to talk about that. Big City Greens, the movie, clips from the final season of The Owl House, a sneak peek of a new cartoon series called Kith, and more to come in the coming days. One of these days, I will go to a Comic-Con, I just have to. But if anything else exciting comes out this weekend, things that interest me or what have you, maybe I will make a video covering it. Let's get to these trailers. I'll be covering Blue's Big City Adventure first, and then we'll get to the Super Mario Bros. Movie afterwards. I have way more to say for that one. Blue's Clues is getting their first theatrical, well, cinematic movie. It's been very interesting when it comes to me and Blue's Clues lately. I've been watching various interviews with Steve Burns, watching some older episodes of the show. Last week, I filmed a show that's slightly similar to Blue's Clues in a way. I even had my own Steve moment as well, while also working and meeting with the creator of Johnny Bravo. I'm sorry, okay, but the nostalgic hit me so hard the past 2 weeks, Little Bun Bun Me would be so happy right now. For this week, the trailer for Blue's Big City Adventure was finally released. Josh and Blue head over to New York City, of course, and they try to audition for a Broadway musical. However, Josh left his handy-dandy notebook at home, and now they're lost. So it's up to his friends from home and the help of a certain detective to reunite Josh with his notebook. So by watching this trailer, I can tell that this is going to be a fun and cute movie. I mean, it has to be, it's for kids. But I'm sure that adults can find enjoyment out of this movie too, especially considering that we have Steve and Joe returning in this as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just awesome. Also, this is the first time we're ever seeing the Blue's Clues universe in a movie, at least in a movie like this. We did have one called Blue's Big Musical, but it was certainly not to the scale that this new movie is, and also, whereas the previous movie was still in their cartoony world and was mainly more like an extended special episode, this one is in a live action setting while also being more like an actual movie, so it's still pretty new. I'm sure it probably wasn't the easiest thing to do for this franchise, but it's very cool to see this coming to life in a whole new way. I'm certainly looking forward to this film, and I cannot wait to see it. Are you? Let me know in the comments. Now, on to the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Fun fact, before this movie premieres in theaters, Universal Studios Hollywood is actually opening a Nintendo World land earlier next year, and from the progress that they have been making, it looks so freaking epic. I can't wait to visit it once it opens. I am so excited for it, and especially since the movie will be in theaters soon after the opening of that land, oh, you know that Universal is going to be incredibly happy. That place will be poppin'. I will say though, I think that it is a mistake that the movie is not coming out on March 10th. I mean, come on, it was the perfect marketing technique. That's Mario Day, for God's sake. Anyways, the film has been in the works for quite some time, and so many people have been looking forward to it. This is, again, the first time we're ever seeing this world in a cinematic movie. Well, in animation, at least. We had a live-action film of this franchise years ago, and, it was weird. If you played any of the games, whether it be the older games on like the GameCube or the Game Boy, or even the more recent ones that I personally haven't played because I never got the Nintendo Wii or the Nintendo Switch, you were more than likely incredibly excited for this new movie. Of course, some people had their reservations about it since it is being produced by Illuminations, and while I personally don't mind most of their films, I know there's a lot of people who aren't big fans. Plus, with Chris Pratt voicing Mario and us knowing that he won't be giving him an Italian accent for this movie, a lot of people were like, what the fuck? I mean, I can kind of understand this move because thinking about it, I'm not 100% sure if the voice that's used in the video games would exactly work in a movie. Maybe? I don't know. Either way, there were some things I'm pretty sure people were worried about, but they were probably still fairly excited about the movie. I know I was. Well, finally, after all this time, the teaser trailer was released. People were speculating online what the trailer was gonna look like, with some really hilarious takes because it is some tropes that Illuminations is known for. Honestly, I was only expecting them to show off the world. We were gonna see some Goombas and Shy Guys, maybe Bowser, but just his silhouette, and they weren't going to show Mario's face or even his voice. I was expecting them to still try to keep so much of this under wraps and give us a slight taste. But man, when I was watching this teaser, I got so much more than what I was expecting. Guys, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, this teaser alone got me so freaking hyped for this movie. It looks absolutely amazing. First off, we got a little sneak peek with the poster that came out a couple of days before this, and the world looked so nice. Granted, it did remind me of Whoville in the Illuminations Grinch, with how everything is kind of cluttered and kind of stacked up together in a way, but it still looked incredible to me. But man, I was so hooked when we saw that Bowser ship just coming in close to that Penguin world? I don't know everything about Mario. I haven't played a majority of the games. Please forgive me. But I mean, look at this. This looks fantastic. I mean, I know that Illuminations can give us some pretty good visuals when it comes to their films, but this is just next level in my personal opinion. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, take a look at Bowser himself. I mean, my God, he looks incredible. I mean, I figured that he would because I could imagine it would be pretty hard to mess up a character who looks as badass as he does, but this yet again exceeded my expectations, which I do have to say, I think they did a great job with the character designs in general. Now, people were worried that they were going to give everyone the generic look that you usually see in these Illumination films, but they look so close to the designs that we all know and love. I mean, with Nintendo working with them, I'm pretty sure they kind of had to when you really think about it. With some minor differences, of course, mainly with Mario, Luigi, and Peach to make them more expressive in this movie, but it still captures the likeness of the characters that we've seen so far. And again, the world of Super Mario here looks fantastic. I mean, it continues to amaze me how far animation has really come. The backgrounds are starting to look more real in a way, and it's just beautiful. Now, the voices. I'll start with Mario briefly. I think he's okay. I mean, certainly not the greatest choice, but I don't mind his voice as Mario. I do wish he could have kinda sounded slightly more like Mario, or at least someone who can do a similar voice but doesn't sound too much like the video game character, but this doesn't really bother me. Again, because this is a movie, plus Mario doesn't really talk all that much in the games anyway, it makes sense to kinda go with a different voice, but totally understandable why people would be thrown off by it. I mean, hey, Rescue Rangers didn't give Chip and Dale Chipmunk voices in their film, so I'm not exactly fazed by this at all. Regardless, I think all of the other voices fit the characters pretty well. Toad kinda took me by surprise, but seeing the kind of character they're seemingly making him in this film, I think it works. For Bowser, I was kind of expecting to just hear Jack Black's voice, but I could barely even tell that it's him. I mean, he sounds great. I'm very curious to hear how Luigi sounds like. Oh, and especially Peach. That one is going to be interesting. So, if you couldn't tell, I'm very excited for this movie. Talk about a great first impression. It's kind of rare that movies do that for me nowadays. The only other movie that I can really think about that got me pretty hyped was the Sonic movies, and this was after they did the remodel of the character. I mean, I don't know, I'm just not that much of a movie person nowadays. But even with that being said, I'm looking forward to whenever they release the full trailer of this movie. I just have to see more, like what other characters are going to be in the film and what this movie is mainly going to be about. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all know this is going to be an origin story, and obviously Mario saving Peach and that star from Bowser, of course. But yeah, I can't wait. Good job, Illuminations. So, have you guys seen the teaser yet? I mean, who hasn't? Everyone did. Stupid question. What did you guys think of the teaser so far? Did it exceed your expectations, or is this not something that you're really a fan of? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified of my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.